This is the FitPAWS giant disc, and as you can see, it has a smooth surface and a surface with little bumps on it. And we're going to use both surfaces to work the dog. Now, once you have the air placed into the disc, make sure that the plug is securely in place. So that's the white little thing here. And we're going to start by putting the disc down onto the floor. And there are different amounts of air that you can put in. And I would suggest to start with, put a medium amount of air in, or if your dog is really having a tough time, we can let a little bit of air out. But this is about what it should look like. When you put a little pressure, your hands should not sink into it. So this can be used for a lot of different reasons. We can do hind end awareness work and forelimb awareness work with larger dogs. We can also encourage weight bearing on both the forelimb and the hind limb. And then we can use it with smaller dogs as core strengthening and body awareness and balance and proprioception. So we're going to start with a larger dog to show how to do weight shifting onto the rear and onto the front, as well as do some strengthening exercises for both the hind end and the forelimb or the forelegs. Okay, so we'll call our dog over, Miles. And we'll ask Miles to put his front legs up on the disc. And as he's in this position, dogs normally put about 60 to 70% of the weight on the front legs and 30 to 40 on the rear. So as we have him in this position, I'm going to encourage him to shift some weight back and forth. And this is a great activity for the dogs that do have hind end issues, such as hip dysplasia, cruciate disease, or stifle issues, or hock issues. And we can ask him to shift his weight back and forth. So this is Tilly, and Tilly is a dachshund. Dachshunds are prone to a lot of back issues. So core conditioning is very important with this breed. And Tilly is stepping onto the disc, the giant disc, and we're starting to work just her rear legs by putting her front legs up. And so she's got her rear legs down, and all I'm doing is a little bit of weight shifting back and forth to increase the strength of her back legs and also her lower back and her lower abdomen. And then I'm going to ask her to come up on. So she's got a long body, so we'll want her to step up and on. Good girl. And put her back legs and her front legs on. And we're going to start by doing a little bit of weight shifting. And I'm holding on to her FitPAWS vest here. So very important with these long back dogs, our dachshunds, our basset hounds, any of the longer back dogs, our corgis, to have the best back strength that we can and the best core strength. It helps reduce the incidence of back problems. It doesn't completely stop them from happening, but it does decrease the chances. So right now I'm just doing a little bit of bouncing with her, as well as some weight shifting back and forth. And as we're weight shifting back and forth, she's working these core muscle groups. Now we're going to use the nubby side of the giant disc with a smaller dog. So our goal is going to be to get the dog to stand up on top completely. The dog should be small enough so while they're standing, they're not in a crouch position. So not a lot of dogs can do this. Our larger breed dogs are going to need 2 of the discs to do this with. So we'll invite our dog out, Fergie. And we're going to get her used to it. And the nubbies may feel a little bit odd on their paws. And we're going to start just by having her put her front legs up and get used to it while I'm positively reinforcing her with a treat. And then we're going to invite her to come up all the way. And we can use the FitPAWS vest to encourage her. And now she's got all 4 up. And we're going to just challenge her balance just by rocking. And you can see she's trying to catch her balance. You can see how her abdomen kicks in, and she's trying to cheat a little bit by stepping off, which that's okay. And she'll step off with the back. And this is pretty challenging, and this is normal once your dog starts to get on here. So we'll have her put her rear legs on. And she's just looking around, which is fine. She's getting used to her surroundings. And however they get up. Now she's going to sit. She's offering some behaviors, and we'll just go with that. And then I'm going to ask her to do some head movements on here. Come on back on. Come on, and it's difficult for her. Good girl. So she'll come up on, and I could encourage her to come up. So we'll work on her just reaching up for a treat, then coming down for a treat. And she's taking her back legs off, which is okay. Now we're going to use 2 giant balance discs to demonstrate what to do with a larger dog. So we're going to take 2 of the discs and put them side by side, and we're going to have the dog's front legs go on one and the back legs go on the rear. So this is when the dog is too large to put its entire body on one of the discs. This is very challenging. And we could help stabilize a little bit, but we want him to be in a good stacked position. Good boy. Good job. And just him reaching for treats and doing some weight shifting, you can see how hard he's working. He may not be able to hold it more than a few seconds because it is very challenging. So we can just shift his weight back and forth.